You're free to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your choices. What did Mr. Soto say in opening statements? That this was a case about choices and consequences. And how on June 1st of 2024, that man sitting right there made a fateful choice that has consequences for which he must be held accountable for. Now, what choice did he make? He chose to commit the offense of aggravated assault of a family member with a deadly weapon which resulted in serious bodily injury. Let's go over those elements. You heard testimony when it comes to on or about June 1st, 2024, from the investigators that responded to the case, from Investigator Lopez to Amasquita, Mark Vela, Florencio Barrera, how they got a call and they were dispatched to 2420 North Smith Avenue for a shooting call. You heard the victim, Erica. She took the stand and she told you, she testified that she went to Billy Delgado's residence because he called her over because of some issue with her daughter. Let's move on to the second element. In Webb County, Texas. It happened on 2420 North Smith Avenue. I asked Officer Amasquita, and even Erica testified, that residence is located in Laredo, Texas, which is in Webb County. Let's move on to the next element. The defendant, Billy Delgado. What evidence do we have? Well, we saw Officer Amasquita testify. We saw his body cam. You'll be able to take that with you in the back. He confessed. Yeah, I shot her mom. Who's her? Emmy, his daughter, who happens to be Erica's daughter as well. We see Juan Angel Pina surveillance footage, and we see it point blank. Look, it's right there, point blank, aiming a gun right at Erica through the passenger side window. Erica IDs. I heard 3 shots through my windshield, and as I drive by, I see Billy shooting, pointing a gun at me. And let's not forget the forensic scientists that came over and confirmed that there was gunshot residue on Billy Delgado after Mark Vela got samples from his hands and sent it out for testing. But ladies and gentlemen, the most important one, he confessed on June 1st, 2024. He confessed back then, and he took the stand, and he confessed on the stand as well. Check, check, check. All right, let's talk about the next element. Intentionally, knowingly, and or recklessly. Well, it started May 19th, prior to June 1st. Erica and Kayla took the stand, and what did they say? Erica said on May 19th, almost 2 weeks prior to the date in question, Billy told her, enjoy your birthday, because this will be her last one. Kayla overheard that same conversation and could confirm that's what Billy said. So he had a plan already. He had a plan that he wanted to execute. And execute he did. There he is. Look at State's Exhibit 4. He's laying in wait. Erica's up there. You see her coming in a green Kia Soul. He's laying in wait, waiting to ambush her to execute that plan. And execute he did. What did Florencio Barrera say? In my experience, he was about 5 feet away from her. He didn't fire one shot to eliminate a threat like he's going to later claim. He fired 10 rounds. He had a purpose. A man with a purpose, walking with a purpose. State's Exhibit 5 will show the other angle of Pina's home surveillance footage. And what is he doing? She pulls over in distraught. He's walking with a purpose, fidgeting with his pockets. Go, look at it. He's fidgeting with his pockets, touching his gun. He goes back to his apartment and he puts his gun. Oh, and what else did he put up there? 2 loaded magazines. He didn't get to finish the purpose he set out for. He gets arrested once Amasquita gets there, and what does he say? I emptied a whole clip in her mother. Again, who's her? Emmy. Mother being Erica. He was in handcuffs in the patrol unit, talking to a neighbor, and you can see it on a Mezquita's body cam. And what does he tell this neighbor? What am I supposed to do? I'll just deal with the consequences. He took the witness stand as well, and he admitted, yesterday, he took the witness stand and he admitted to shooting her intentionally. Now let me talk about serious bodily injury. Now, you're going to get the law from the court, which you already did. It's right here. The definition of serious bodily injury is here. Let me discuss it real quick. Serious bodily injury is bodily injury that creates a substantial risk of death or that causes death, serious permanent disfigurement, or protracted loss or impairment of the function of any bodily member or organ. What did Dr. Mederos come? He came here on his busy schedule and he took the stand. And what did he say? He said that if I did not intervene and do the medical treatment and surgery on Erica, she would have 100% had a chance of dying. That at any time that he was doing his surgeries, his laparotomies, as he called it, which he did twice, by the way, to save her, that at any moment she could have died. I asked him on page 17 of the medical records, and you'll have him in evidence, what does hemorrhagic shock mean? He defined it for us. And I asked him, if that were to be left untreated, what could it result in? He said death. That her pH levels are below a certain level, to the point that if somebody has them and if they're not treated, they die. That's what she had. pH levels below the level he described to where she could have died. Ladies and gentlemen, bodily injury that creates a substantial risk of death or that causes death, check. I think we got that. We've proven that beyond a reasonable doubt. But let's continue. He also talked about how, and that's page 17, ladies and gentlemen, on the medical records, they're in evidence, how she lost 4 liters of blood. And I asked him, had they not been replenished, what could have happened, Dr. Mederos? She would have died. And he goes into discussion about, he discusses in detail how much blood she had to be replenished. And it's in the records. He also testified that she's going to suffer from short gut syndrome, meaning a large part of her intestines were cut out and she doesn't have them. It's going to affect her ability to get nutrients, to live a long, healthy life, be able to do certain activities that you and I take for granted. She spent 363 days in the hospital. That's close to a year. Losing a large part of your intestine? Let's go back. Protracted loss or impairment of the function of any bodily member or organ. Check. This is how that man left her. This is the picture on the right. That's 4 days prior to today. 4 days. And look how we left her. I believe she even testified that she still had a staple. And you can see it right there. Oh, but yes. She did come in walking normally and looked fine. Okay, yes. Serious permanent disfigurement. Check. I asked Dr. Mederos, are you familiar with the legal definition of serious bodily injury? And he said yes. I asked him, as to all 3 possible definitions, do the injuries that Erica sustained at the hands of Billy Delgado, would you, in your medical opinion, classify them as serious bodily injury? And he said yes to all 3. As a matter of fact, he took the stand up here and he even said, yes, I caused serious bodily injury to Erica Torres. That's another element that we have proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Now who is our victim? You heard it from the horse's mouth. She came up here, she testified as to what she experienced, what she went through, what she remembers, what she didn't remember, not because she was trying not to remember anything, because she literally couldn't remember because of what he did to her. We saw Pina's home surveillance footage where she's driving her green Kia Soul. And how do we know she was driving the green Kia Soul? Because Kayla testified that she drives the green Kia Soul. Kayla also testified that she was on the phone as Billy was raining bullets at Erica. And again, he confessed back then on June 1st, 2024 to Officer Mesquita, and he confessed again when he took the stand yesterday. Another element met beyond a reasonable doubt. Let's talk about the deadly weapon element now. Deadly weapon. So again, you're given the law by the court. By that man right there, the judge. He gave you the law. It's in here. A deadly weapon, we know, automatically, we call it per se in our legal terms, but it's automatically considered a deadly weapon, a firearm. We know State's Exhibit 6 is right here. Y'all can check it out. Y'all can take it back and look at it. Investigator Juan Lopez sees a black Torres G3C pistol. I asked Lopez and I asked Mesquita, Officer Mesquita, is a Torres G3C pistol considered a firearm? Yes, it is a firearm. It's meant to kill. We look at Piña's home surveillance footage, and actually I can go back. You can see the firearm he used right there on his hand. Erica described it. And he admits to it too. You can see it on Officer Mesquita's body cam. Where did you put the gun? Oh, and I believe, quote for quote, oh, it's on the chair right there on the black chair. Sure enough, that's where it is, with 2 loaded magazines. And then again, he took the stand yesterday and he testified that he did use a deadly weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, there's another element meant beyond a reasonable doubt. Let's go to the final element. So again, the court has provided you the law. Here's the law. This, it's going to be right here with you. You take it there and you go read it and you look into it. You base the evidence and see if it matches, if it qualifies. 71.003, family includes individuals who are former spouses of each other or individuals who are parents of the same child without regard to marriage. Section 71.0021B talks about dating violence. So in this case, it's committed against the victim, Erica Torres, with whom the actor, that man right there, Billy Delgado, has or has had a dating relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard from Erica. They dated since 2018. They got married on March 21st of 2021. They divorced 2025. In between June 1st, 2024 is when the actions that Billy Delgado took, that shooting, happened in between. They were married when he committed that crime. Married. So, satisfied. Oh, they both testified. Erica took the stand. Billy took the stand. Yes, we share a daughter, Emmy. Individuals who are parents of the same child without regard to marriage. Satisfied as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on the evidence presented, the state of Texas has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that each element of the offense alleged against Billy Delgado has been satisfied. On top of the mountain of evidence, ladies and gentlemen, he confessed back then. He confessed on the stand yesterday. You should find him guilty, beyond a reasonable doubt, of aggravated assault of a family member with a deadly weapon causing serious bodily injury. Now, I anticipate defense is going to come up, and I anticipate that they're going to deflect from the situation at hand. And that's that Not focus on the choice that man made and the consequences that he should be accountable for, but focus on the victim and how she's a bad mother and how she looks fine and how she's a bad person, airing out all her dirty laundry. Ladies and gentlemen, she took the stand herself. She aired her dirty laundry for you. She didn't need them to do it. She went up there and she told her faults. She admitted to them. I also anticipate that they will probably argue that, well, Billy did what he did because he had to defend somebody. In this case, he had to defend Emmy. You're going to go back there and there's going to be a defense of third person. And defense of third person, and again, you have this, it's being to you by the court. It says, under the circumstances as the actor reasonably believes them to be, the actor will be justified in using force to protect himself against the unlawful force he reasonably believes to be threatening the third person he seeks to protect. And important, the actor reasonably believes that his intervention is immediately, another important word, immediately necessary to protect the third person. Okay, so he's trying to protect Emmy from who? This Uncle Louis, who never made an appearance in this case other than just him saying it. As a matter of fact, we brought you Investigator Vaquera. They looked into it, the multidisciplinary team. There was no merit in that allegation. There was nothing there. So why pursue when there's nothing there? They did their job, investigated it. Protected from him? From Louis? Protect from what? From Erica? Because he was going to take Emmy back to Louis. Well, if I recall from the testimony, Billy was supposed to have Emmy until Sunday. Erica was supposed to pick up Emmy on Sunday. No, he calls her a day before. Hey, I'm having issues with her daughter. Come get her. So a day before Erica was supposed to have Emmy, he calls her over. So he calls Erica, who may be a danger to Emmy, over on his day where he's supposed to have his daughter. Remember, Emmy was in his apartment eating pancakes that he happily was making for her, playing with toys that he gave her according to his roommate's testimony. What danger was she in? There was no danger. There was no immediate danger. There was no danger at all. He called her over to execute his plan so that he can ambush her and kill her. And he executed that plan, but he failed. And luckily he failed because she was able to come up here and testify for you and tell her what she went through, tell you all what she went through, instead of being 6 feet deep.